We're going to begin our town council meeting for Tuesday, June 16th on this hot and beautiful day. We'll call to order. We just came out of closed session, so do we have any reportable action?
Thank you. The town council met in closed session regarding the one item on the closed session agenda, and there is no reportable action on that item. That concludes the report.
All right, thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Drodes.
Here.
Lombardo.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Schooler.
Here.
Mayor Abel.
Here.
And Councilmember Dennison is excused tonight.
All right, tonight we'll have our Pledge of Allegiance led by Mayor Pro Tem Schooler, and following that, we'll have our invocation led by Pastor Bill Wilcox from Hosanna Hope. You are invited to stand and join us.
Please put your hand over your heart and repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us pray. Our gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you this evening for another day that you didn't promise us. And we thank you for the town of Yucca Valley and for this council. Needing to conduct the business of the town, I ask that you would give wisdom, insight, and compassion to our council as they tackle the many and difficult issues we face. We ask also that you would strengthen and encourage the town staff to be effective in their daily tasks, renew them in a great sense of purpose in the work you've given them to do. Lord, we thank you for the completion of another school year. We thank you for the challenges that were overcome, the learning that took place, and for the protection you provided for each of our campuses from the evil of the murderers who might have inflicted mass casualties but didn't. Please continue to protect the children in your activities this summer. I pray as well for our first responders, for their protection as they go forward into dangerous situations. I pray for those brave men and women in fire suppression, law enforcement, and emergency medical services who put themselves on the line each and every shift to protect and serve the residents and visitors to our basin. That you would bless them for their service. Finally, this evening, I would pray for our nation, that with all the talk of culture wars and threats to democracy, that you would teach us once again to live by the golden rule, that we would treat others the way we want them to treat us. I ask all these things in the name of him who was and who is to come, our Messiah, the Lord Jesus. Amen.
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 Well done.
Thank you very much. Do we have any presentations or introductions tonight? No? Okay. We'll move on. By the way, if you get a little bit too cold, please raise your hand. We'll make sure and turn up the thermostat for you. We'll look for approval of tonight's agenda.
Boy.
Do I have an approval?
I'll approve. I'll make a motion that we approve the agenda.
Just second that.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Can I get who motioned?
Councilmember Lombardo.
Lombardo.
And then Schooler second.
Or second.
That is correct.
Councilmember Drodes.
Yes.
Lombardo.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Schooler.
Yes.
And Mayor Abel.
Yes. Consent agenda. All items listed on the consent agenda are routine matters or formal documents covering previous town council instruction. Items are enacted by one motion and a second without separate discussion unless a member of the town council or town staff requests dialogue on a specific item at the beginning of the meeting. Requests for public comments on the consent agenda items should be filed with the town clerk. Madam Clerk, do we have anyone asking to speak about our consent agenda?
I do not.
Is there anyone here in the audience who would like to speak on the consent agenda? Anyone online? All right. We have consent agenda items 3 through 10. Do I have a motion?
I move that we approve the consent agenda. I will second.
We have a motion and a second.
Councilmember Rhodes,
Yes.
Lombardo,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Schooler,
Yes.
and Mayor Abel.
Yes. Excellent. We're going to move on to our first item. It's a department report, approval of a lease agreement with Yucca Valley BMX for operations of the town's BMX facility. I am going to recuse myself on this particular item, so Mayor Pro Tem will take over. Conflict of business relationship. Thank you.
So we have item number 11, approval of the lease agreement with Yucca Valley BMX for operation of the town BMX facility. May we get a staff report, please?
Good evening, Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, members of the Town Council, Mr. Yakimo, and everyone in the audience this evening. My name is Jakub Kuśmieruk. I'm a recreation supervisor for the town. Thank you for the opportunity to present this item. Tonight, I'm bringing forward to your consideration the lease agreement between the town of Yucca Valley and Yucca Valley BMX organization for the operation and management of the town BMX facility. This partnership will allow the facility to continue providing recreation opportunities for the residents while leveraging the experience and volunteer support of the local BMX community. The town-owned BMX facility has served as an important recreation asset for the community by providing youth and family-oriented bicycle, motocross programming, practices, races, clinics, and special events. The BMX track has been inactive for an extended period of time. Town staff has been working to revive the facility and restore the BMX programming for the community. The town began outreach in the fall of 2025 to gauge community interest and recruit a new operator. Yucca Valley BMX, operating under the fiscal sponsorship of Basin White Foundation, has expressed its desire to continue operating and managing the facility as a community-based nonprofit program. The organization provides organized BMX activities, promotes youth participation in recreation sports, and facilitates events that attract participants from throughout the Morongo Basin and surrounding region. The proposed lease establishes a formal operating arrangement between the town and the Yucca Valley BMX and clarifies the responsibilities of both parties related to operation, maintenance, insurance, and management of the facility. The lease term will commence on July 1st, 2026 and continue through June 30th, 2027. With automatic annual renewals unless terminated by either party in accordance with the provisions of this agreement. Under the lease, Yucca Valley BMX will be responsible for day-to-day operations of the BMX program and facility, payment of utilities serving the facility, routine maintenance checks and upkeep of the BMX tracks and associated improvements, compliance with all applicable laws, permits, and regulations, maintaining required insurance coverage, and identifying the town, providing annual report regarding facility use, organization status, and financial condition. The town will retain ownership of this property and responsibility for major site infrastructure, including perimeter fencing, parking areas, drainage infrastructure, accessible parking facilities, and exterior vegetation management. Community benefits associated with the lease include continued youth recreational programming, organized sports opportunities for residents, volunteer engagement and community participation, region event attraction and tourism benefits, preservation and enhancement of the unique recreation amenity within the town as well. The draft lease is attached in your agenda packet. The recommendation that the Town Council approves the lease agreement between the Town of Yucca Valley and Yucca Valley BMX, operating under the fiscal sponsorship of Basin One Foundation for operation and management of the town BMX facility, and authorize the town manager to execute the lease agreement and any minor substantive revisions approved by town attorney. Staff and proposed operator, Ms. Heather, is here for questions after public comment is closed. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Is there any member of the public that would like to speak on this item? Do we have any cards? Come on up, Heather. State your name and city of residence, and then you get 3 minutes.
Oh, sorry. Hi, my name is Heather. I am a Yucca Valley resident. My last name is Quintana. Good morning, Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, council members, and staff. My name is Heather Quintana. I am a Yucca Valley resident, a board member of the Basin Wide Foundation Board of Directors, and chairperson of Yucca Valley BMX, an affiliate program of Basin Wide Foundation. Thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight. I am here to ask for your support in approving the lease agreement so we can begin the work of restoring and reopening the Yucca Valley BMX track. Many of you remember when BMX was an active part of our community. This is not a brand new idea. It is an opportunity to restore a community asset that has already served local youth and families. What makes this effort different is that we have a new volunteer leadership team, renewed community support, and the backing of Basin Wide Foundation as a fiscal sponsor. As Basin Wide Foundation celebrates 30 years of service to Morongo Basin, Yucca Valley BMX benefits from established nonprofit infrastructure, financial oversight, administrative support, and accountability that help position the programming for long-term success. As someone who has volunteered countless hours alongside others who care deeply about this project, I can tell you that there is tremendous excitement about bringing Yucca Valley BMX back to Yucca. Yucca Valley is home to more than 21,000 residents, including approximately 5,400 children and teens. BMX provides a positive outlet where young people can build confidence, develop resilience, stay active, and form lasting friendships. What makes BMX special is that it also brings families together. Parents volunteer, siblings ride together, neighbors become friends. The track becomes more than a recreational facility. It becomes a gathering place that strengthens community connections. We believe restoring the BMX track is an investment in the health, well-being, and the future of our community. We can't bring BMX back to Yucca Valley alone, but with your support, we can restore a community asset and give local youth and families a place to ride, grow, connect, and thrive. Thank you for your time, your service, and your consideration.
Okay, thank you. Any other public comment? Anybody else? Anybody online? No, bring it back to the council. Any council member comments? Councilmember Lombardo?
It was, in the past, had been quite an active thing, and they had interest from other areas that came here to ride BMX, and they had a championship here at one time. I think it's great that it's coming back to life, and I'm looking forward to seeing great things happen there.
Councilmember Droz.
Yes, I have spent a lot of time at BMX in the old days when Travis was there. It was fun watching the competitions, and it was great. I remember even one time seeing the fireworks from there. It was a lot of fun. So anyway, yeah, I think it's great. I'm glad someone's going to take it over again. Thank you.
Yeah, and I concur, and I remember the days, several times that regional and even state championships were brought to Yucca Valley, and so not just the benefit for local youth, but for bringing people into our town, discovering our town, spending money in our town, and discovering things to do here in Yucca Valley. It seems like BMX has kind of ebbed and flowed, where leadership is there, and then it kind of fades away as their kids get older, and then it comes back, and we've been through a few cycles of that. I think this is pretty exciting, this rejuvenation now, especially with the cooperation of the Basin Wide Foundation. So I think that's a good partnership for ensuring, like Heather said, the long-term success of it. So we wish you the best, and with that, I will entertain a motion to approve the lease.
I'll move that we approve.
I will second.
All right, motion and a second.
Councilmember Rhodes,
Yes.
Lombardo,
Yes.
and Mayor Pro Tem
Yes.
Schooler. Thank you.
Congratulations. Look forward to it. And it'll be just a minute while we locate the mayor.
All right, we'll move on to our next item, department reports, professional service agreement with Morongo Basin Humane Society. Staff
Thank you,
report.
Mayor, Council. Staff is pleased to bring you the recommendation this evening that the Town Council approve a professional services agreement with the Morongo Basin Humane Society for animal transfer, rehabilitation, rehoming services for the period of July 1, 2026 through June 30, 2028. That's in alignment with your adopted budget. Authorize the town manager designee to execute all documents necessary to complete the agreement and to make non-substantive revisions as necessary. Council will recall that over the past years, a number of different operational changes have been implemented at your Yucca Valley Animal Shelter. Many of those changes followed the recommendations that were approved by the Town Council in your operational review done in 2025. One of those was also a recommendation that we seek operational partners, and this is what this agreement is bringing forward in a more formalized manner. We have done some work with the Joshua Tree No-Kill Shelter, Morongo Basin Humane Society. It was not done through an agreement, but rather individual case-by-case basis. The agreement before you this evening is structured as our professional services agreement with a specified scope that identifies a number of animals as well as financial consideration for that partnership. It also includes a contribution to the Joshua Tree No-Kill Shelter for work that was done in 2025. Again, not as part of the formal agreement that you have before you this evening. At a high level, it is representative of about 25 animals for each fiscal year that the Joshua Tree No-Kill Shelter agrees to take. And then as part of that transfer of animal, they are also then responsible for the animal and the animal's well-being. There's a reporting function as well that's included in the scope, as well as being able to continue the agreement as desired by both agencies should it go beyond the 2-year period. With that, that's the highlights of it. Again, the draft scope is included in its entirety on page 606 of your printed agenda. With that, staff would be happy to answer any questions after public comment.
Thank you for that. Do we have any public comments on item number 12?
I have one request to speak from Cheryl Contopoulos.
Good evening. I just want to express my official support for this. I think it's awesome. I'm so glad that you've developed a working relationship that's in writing with the Joshua Tree No-Kill Shelter. We know how much they do for all the shelters in the basin, and this not only helps the critters and the shelters, but the community overall. Again, thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak? Come forward. Give us your name and place of residence. You'll have 3 minutes. Anyone online? All right. Bring it back to our council for any comments.
Yeah. I just want to say this is incredible. There's actually more money going into the shelter. There are more employees, more volunteers, and now this agreement, it's pretty great. I do have one question. It says 25 animals. Is it possible to go over the 25, just like we did before, or is it limited to only 25?
I think that as staff begins to implement the agreement, both our staff at the town as well as at the shelter, as we cross those bridges when we get there, we'll identify what that path looks forward. Clearly, I think this is something that is supported by both agencies, and we would figure out how to make it work. So,
Thank you.
Kind of a long-winded answer, but I think we can figure it out.
It's wonderful. Yeah, I was just thinking if they have openings and we have too many and it works out more than 25. But anyway, thank you. This is wonderful.
Councilmember Lombardo?
Just so that I'm clear in understanding this, our agreement allows the Morongo shelter to take up to 25 animals out of the Yucca Valley shelter, and those animals are the harder to adopt ones, ones that may need some kind of rehabilitation, in order to save them. And so that frees up our kennel spaces for new entries and animals that are easier to adopt through our processes, right?
The identified animals that are of interest to the no-kill shelter meet their mission, and that is to identify those animals that are typically harder to adopt, that may need additional behavioral assessment or behavioral modification and/or medical care. And I think you've seen that in the animals that they've taken from the shelter in the past, and we expect that to continue in the future.
And so they're taking the tougher cases in some cases, or the ones that take more time.
Sounds like it
That'll-
has to be mutually agreed upon, both
Yes.
agencies,
Yeah.
that they are
Okay.
adoptable and that they have some
It
hope
sounds
for
like it'll be a
adoption.
great benefit to the town as well as the community and the animals, so I'm very much in favor of it.
Yeah, I agree. And, you know, the thought is that it's going to be mutually benefit for our shelter as well as the community. And obviously, it's not a place just to give them the undesirables. It's one of trying to find them rehabilitation in homes. And we might not have that capacity, and they do. They have different guidelines, they have different policies, and it maybe is a better suited location for that particular animal's benefit. So it is a mutual agreement, and I appreciate it. I know staff will not abuse the privilege and just, you know, try to not do their job in advertising and putting the word out on adoptable animals. 25 is a start. You know, we have a much bigger issue and problem than that, but it is a wonderful partnership. So I would like to move that we approve the agreement between the Yucca Valley and the Morongo Basin Humane Society and authorize the town manager to execute all documents.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. We'll have a roll call.
Councilmember Rhodes,
I third, yes.
Lombardo,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Schooler, and Mayor Abel.
Yes. All right. Our first third. That's great. We'll move on to item number 13, resolution number 26, Town of Yucca Valley, road maintenance rehab.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. The item before you tonight is adopting a resolution, adopting the Road and Maintenance Rehabilitation Account, or what we call RMRA funds and a project list. And the recommendation before you tonight that the Town Council adopt the resolution approving the allocation of the town's fiscal year 26-27 SP1 Road Maintenance and Rehabilitation Account, RMRA funds, estimated at $619,757, approving the associated project list for the expenditure, and direct staff to publish and transmit the approval project list to the California Transportation Commission and any other required state agencies in accordance with the legislative requirement. As a history for this funding, on April 28 of 2017, the governor has signed the Senate Bill SB1, which is known as the Road Repair and Accountability Act of 2017, to address basic road maintenance, rehabilitation, and critical safety needs on both state and local roads. SB1 increases beer gallon fuel, excess taxes, diesel fuel sales tax, and vehicle registration fees, and provide an implementation adjustment to tax rates in future years. Beginning November 1, 2017, the state controller will deposit various portions of this new funding into the newly created Road Maintenance and Rehabilitation Account, RMRA. A percentage of this new funding will be appropriated by formula to eligible cities and counties pursuant to Streets and Highway Code Section 2032H for basic road maintenance, rehabilitation, and critical safety projects on the local streets and road system. Eligibility for the funding requires cities and counties to provide annual project reporting to the California Transportation Commission prior to receiving an appropriation of RMRA funds in a fiscal year. The town must submit a list of projects to the commission, and those projects must be included in the town budget adopted for road maintenance. The impact is that the road maintenance and rehab account projected 26-27 revenues are based on California Department of Finance estimates released with the governor's proposal budget May 15, 2026. The town of Yucca Valley is expected to receive allocation of $619,757 for the fiscal year 26-27 that can be used for road maintenance and rehab, safety projects, complete street components, or traffic control devices. The California Department of Finance will be adjusting the estimate allocation in the future due to the recent event affecting the economy. Staff recommend using the RMRA funds for the following projects, which is the townwide annual Cape and Slurry Seal maintenance program. The annual extends the life of the roadway pavement throughout the town. The project generally consists of applying a crack seal, a type 2 or 3 slurry seal to the roadway, replacement of traffic striping, and damaged raised pavement markers. And this is the project area that is we would like to implement the funds for, and that is basically what is we call package D of the sewer, the first phase sewer project, and that is to continue with the road and to keep it in the way it is. We would recommend that funding to go in that area. Again, the estimated funds we're going to be receiving is $619,757, and the recommendation before you today, that is the town council adopt the resolution approving the allocation of the town's fiscal year 26-27 SB1 funds, estimated $619,757, approving the associated project list for the expenditure, and direct staff to publish that and transmit the approved project list to the California Transportation Commission and any other required state agencies in accordance with the legislative requirements. That concludes staff report. We'll be happy to answer any question following public comments.
Thank you very much. Looks like a very big project. Do we have anyone here tonight that would like to speak on this item? Online? All right. We'll bring it back to the council. Alex, before that, would you explain, on your map, you had areas that were purple as well as the other color. Explain to the public the difference between a slurry seal and, a Cape seal and a slurry.
If we can bring that.
And what would require one road to have one treatment while the other one gets a different?
Sure. Let me bring the map back. Okay. Yeah. So the yellow color, and I'm sorry for the coloring is not that clear, but the yellow color is consists of a slurry seal, which is basically a film that we put in, a type 2 slurry seal that we put in the roads to keep it. And this is usually used on a road that is a little bit newer than the others. And then the Cape seal, which is a cape that is, we say, it's like a bubble of aggregate that we put into the top of the road. And then after the vehicles drive in it and compact it, we come back with a type 2 slurry seal in top of it so we can seal it. So that is the difference between the two. And the reason why there is there is a cape and there is a slurry is because of the condition of the road. We usually determine, drive it, make sure that as we are applying the right method to the roads.
All right, and obviously a Cape seal is going to be more expensive per mile than slurry.
Yes, Cape seal, it's through the years we saw, we use it, it's about $1.30 for a square foot, average. Slurry seal is about 69 cents a square foot, so it's make a big difference.
All right. If there's any discussion, I'll hear it. Otherwise, I'll look for a motion in a second. Yes.
The total project of slurry seal and Cape seal, is it more than the money that we're allotted for by the state?
That's correct, sir. It is.
How much of that total cost does this fund help fund?
The current estimate for this kind of a treatment for this kind of roads stands at 1.7 million.
Okay.
So we are using basically 600 and something out of it toward that. And then we use Measure I funds to supplement, and then, of course, Measure Y funds to supplement the rest.
And are we able to keep up a maintenance schedule on all the roads in Yucca Valley with the monies that we have allotted through budget and through these special funds?
We're trying to keep it that way, yes.
At this time we have.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, we're looking, bring up the lights if, we're looking for a motion and a second.
I'll move we approve.
And I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. We'll ask for the roll call, please.
Councilmember Rhodes,
Yes.
Lombardo,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Schooler,
Yes.
and Mayor Abel.
Yes. All right, well, thank you for that. We're going to move on. Any future agenda items from the council? We'll move on to our public comments. The town of Yucca Valley takes this time to consider your comments on items of concern which are not on the agenda. When you are called to speak, please state your name and community of residence. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes or less. Inappropriate behavior which disrupts, disturbs, or otherwise impedes the orderly conduct of the meeting will result in a forfeiture of your public comment privileges. The town council is prohibited by law, from state law, from taking action or discussing items not on the printed agenda. Madam Clerk, do we have anyone wishing to speak for public comments?
I have 4 requests to speak. The first one from Gina Paschini.
Sorry. Okay, now I can hear myself. Good evening, everyone. My name is Gina Pasquini. I have been selected to lead a committee in bringing the PRCA Rodeo to Yucca Valley during Grubstake Day, Memorial Day weekend. The approximate cost is $140,000. I have experience in running million-dollar rodeos up north, and so I am very confident that by obtaining grants, sponsorships, and spearheading fundraising efforts, we can pull it off. However, I wish to appeal to the city to partner with us to assure success. Let's work together to bring the spirit of the American West to Yucca Valley. It will take everyone's effort in order to be successful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Abby Olea.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Abby Olea. I'm 17, and I've been involved with horses since I was 6. I'm here tonight to ask the council to support the return of the Grubstake Days Rodeo. In 1950, the Western Mining Council asked local leaders to host their convention in Yucca Valley. The Yucca Valley Chamber of Commerce officially sponsored the very first Grubstake Days in April of 1951. As the Yucca Valley population grew with homesteaders and post-World War II veterans, this annual event expanded, attracting tourists and locals alike, preserving the small town's Western heritage. Over the decades, the event grew to include a sanctioned PRCA rodeo. This rodeo became the Grubstake Days headline attraction, drawing thousands of spectators and professional cowboys from across the country to our town while offering family fun and community bonding. I can't think of a more patriotic way to unite our community and honor our town's history than to bring back the traditional Grubstake Days rodeo. We are all well aware that there is much to consider here. However, with fundraising, community participation, and support from the City Council, and much prayer, we can do all things. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to Grubstake's Rodeo 2027.
Thank you, Abby.
Next is Lucy Olea.
Hi, my name is Lucy and I'm 12 years old. I love to ride horses. My sister and I love to do horse events, and we always go to the rodeos every year with our family. It's become a tradition. Big Bear is having a rodeo this year, and we are planning to attend. I am here today to ask you to consider bringing the rodeo back to our own town of Yucca Valley. This could be the perfect opportunity to bring our Morongo Basin rodeo history back, as well as create traditions and memories. There is a big host community here in Yucca Valley, and I know a rodeo will draw other spectators from other cities. I hope you take this request for a Grubsticks Day rodeo into consideration, and not just for us, but for all. Thank you.
Thank you.
And the last request to speak I have is from Vivian Ripley.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Vivian Ripley. I'm 15, and I'm here to speak in support of bringing the rodeo back to Yucca Valley. Yucca Valley has a strong Western heritage, yet we do not currently host rodeos and related events. A rodeo would provide a gathering place for local riders, families, and organizations while preserving an important part of our community's identity. Rodeos attract competitors, spectators, vendors, and visitors who support local restaurants, stores, hotels, and businesses. These events could bring new opportunities and revenues to our community. Many young people in our area are passionate about rodeo and agriculture, and they deserve more activities that support their goals and encourages them to stay involved in positive community activities. Yucca Valley has the opportunity to bring back something that will serve generations to come, that would honor our Western roots, strengthen community connections, and support local businesses, and provide lasting opportunities for young people. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you. Is there anyone else wishing to speak tonight? You'll have 3 minutes. Yes, come right forward. Again, state your name and place of residence.
Yucca Valley, Cheryl Contopoulos, tough acts to follow. I'm all in favor. I'm here on behalf of family who live within Edison's Campanella Circuit and have experienced repeated unplanned outages in the past month. 7 are detailed in this document that I gave Mayor Abel before the meeting. This morning there was another one making 8. As much as I love my family and was gone most of the time during these outages, I told them I was going to start charging them rent and facility usage because they would hang at my house to do the homeschooling, the business, and the air conditioning. Many households don't have those options. Imperial Water District, which I have lived in the past, was reliable. You ran your AC most of the time when you lived in the lower desert. Rarely did they have outages. I do not understand why Edison can't do the same. On January 20th at the town council meeting, Shane Massoud gave a presentation. In that presentation, he outlined some things that could be done that would resolve the issues. That was 5 months ago. Things have gotten worse since that meeting. He said they would upgrade 2.4 miles of underground and 5.3 miles of above-ground cables, 6 new protection and switching devices, 2 new smart remote fault indicators, 23 new early fault detectors, a plan for redundancy to offset the Pinto circuit onto another one so that Pinto could be a backup for Campanella. That would include installing sectional devices and rolling portion of the circuit to that other line, replacing 70 poles along Highway 62 in Little Morongo. Now, I have family who, like I said, work from home, homeschool, do their business, and rely on medical for their livelihood, their education, and health. They have a backup generator. Not everyone can do that, nor should they have to. They should have reliable power that they're paying $500 a month for, at least. So people I know are going to start contacting Supervisor Rowe, Assemblyman Wallace, Senator Ochoa B., I forget her last name, California Public Utilities Commission, Edison, in calling, writing, and online. Lastly, bottom line, Edison knows how to resolve these issues, yet they fail to do so. Have they even started making the changes? Is anyone monitoring them or holding them accountable? We can't be appeased by a presentation if there is no follow-through and no forward motion. Your constituents need you to help make this a high priority and hold them accountable. Thank you.
Thank you. Wonderful. Anyone else? Thank you. Yes, come forward.
Hi, good evening, Mayor, council members, and staff. My name is Asia, and I was raised here in Yucca Valley. I am one of 9 children, and I grew up in a family where raising backyard chickens is simply a normal part of life. Before the ordinance changed in 2014 and required larger lot sizes, families like mine were able to keep chickens responsibly. We weren't running a farm. We had a small flock that taught us lessons that I still carry with me as an adult today. Every morning, we fed chickens, checked their water, changed their living area, and collected eggs. Those daily chores taught us responsibility. We learned that living things depend on us, and that if we didn't do our part, that there were consequences. Those lessons that helped shape our work ethic and character. Growing up with chickens also taught us where food comes from. Every day we gathered fresh eggs, we learned to appreciate the effort required to produce food we eat. As we got older, we learned the complete cycle of raising animals for food. Those experiences taught us gratitude, respect, and self-sufficiency. They connected us to our food in a way that many children today never experience. I know some people that think chickens are just livestock, but for many families, they're so much more than that. They become a part of the daily rhythm of life. They get kids outside, they encourage families to spend time together, they teach patience and responsibility. I also have seen it firsthand, the emotional benefits that come from caring for animals. My father is a Marine veteran, and many veterans have first responders in our community struggle with PTSD, anxiety, and stress. The simple act of caring for animals, spending time outdoors, and maintaining a daily routine can be incredibly therapeutic. Chickens provide companionship, purpose, and a connection to nature that many people find healing. Today, families in Yucca Valley are prevented from having those same experiences because of the lot size requirements that exclude a large portion of our community. Responsible chicken ownership should not be limited to those who own large parcels of land. Families are not asking to operate a commercial farm. They're asking for the opportunity to keep a small number of hens, follow reasonable regulations, maintain clean coops, and provide their children with the same opportunities that many of us had growing up. As someone who benefited from growing up with backyard chickens, I can tell you that the lessons they taught me lasted for far longer than the eggs they produced. They taught responsibility, they taught respect, they taught self-reliance, and they helped build stronger family connections. I respectfully ask the council to consider updating the ordinance so that more families in Yucca Valley can have the same opportunities that my family had growing up. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you. Another opportunity for anyone? Anyone online waiting? Okay. Well, thank you very much. First of all, very, very impressed with all those that spoke tonight, especially the young people. You did an excellent, excellent job. So appreciate that. We'll move on to our staff reports and comments.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. We have just a couple of updates on various projects today, so if you bear with us, it'd be appreciated. Alex, let's go ahead and start with Public Works and some of our projects.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Just an update on some of the exciting projects that the council has been directing staff to work on. The first project we would like to talk about is the pickleball court that is in the other side of this building. We are, at this point of time, the course has been built. It's been painted. There is still need to do some work on the paint. We will be striping the parking lot this Friday, and we are scheduled for this project to be completed by the end of July, completed with everything that is on it. They're going to start working in the fencing and installing fence, that is for the pickleball court and the nets and the posts and and as an extra to make it work for the community, if you notice, if you go back there, we did also painted the basketball court. So now you have a two, the pickleball court is painted and then the basketball is painted, so it is attractive to the community, and hopefully with the lighting that is going to be having there, it will be something that is the residents would like to go about. The second project I would like to bring you an update is the 62, State Route 62 beautification project. We have received 60% plans. We had a very constructive meeting with the water district. We identified the area where we're going to be connecting for the water line. We are expecting the 90%, what we call in our world 90% plan, which is almost completed by the end of this month. And then hopefully that will be all what we needed, and then we will get the actual plans. Then you will see a notice inviting bids for that project. And hopefully that happen within the next couple of months. The third project I would like to give you an update about is the monument sign, the town monument sign that the council approved to be installed at Camino del Cielo and 62. So we have sent proposals to different landscape architects. We received 3 proposals. We evaluate the 3 proposals. We selected one consultant that we are working right now with. At this point of time, we are working on the agreement. So the agreement have to be reviewed by the town staff and then go to the consultant, and then the town will sign it. When that happens, we will be conducting a meeting with the consultant and the artist, so we can come together and see what is they're saying. They say that is to deliver the projects for us ready to go for bid is about 4 months. More or less. So this is the update. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions if you guys have any.
Great, thank you, Alex. Appreciate that. Our exciting summertime program. So, Kuba, you want to come up and just give a quick update on our swim launch and anything else on the horizon?
Good evening, everyone, again. Summer's here, as you can tell, as you can feel inside. We've been very busy. I'm here to represent the community services in its entirety. So, starting with the museum, they're doing an amazing job. They have a new exhibit, Turtle Travels, very interactive, youth-friendly exhibit. If you guys haven't had a chance to come check it out, please do. It's very interactive. My kids love it. Senior Center, they've been busy as ever. So they're close to 1,000 registered participants for the Senior Center. They're running fitness classes, they're running workshops, IT workshops. Jeremy included, they're doing an amazing job. And of course, recreation, we've been super busy as well. Summer, like I said, is here. We started our aquatics registration June 1st. We started our aquatics program this past month, on Monday, yesterday. We're over $30,000 already purchased aquatics programs. So we have Learn to Swim programs, which is the most important program. We have lap swim. We have water aerobics. We have swim and movies. We have exciting Wibbit opportunity where kids and adults can climb and have so much fun and jump off of into the pool. Staff is doing an amazing job. They just spent a whole last week doing staff training, and everybody's ready. Everybody's excited to meet all those patrons at the pool. Recreation dry side, we've also been very busy. We are running adult softball leagues, adult basketball. We have youth programs, introduction to sports, soccer, t-ball, and flag football. We have fitness classes. And of course, we're getting ready for our 3rd of July Independence celebration. Everything is coming together. The staff is working very hard. I just want to take a moment to thank Alex and the community development team, making sure, and of course, Mr. Shane, making sure that all those improvements to our program facilities are implemented. The pickleball facility is going to be amazing. I know a lot of kids and adults are going to be enjoying those basketball courts. And I also want to thank our recreation staff, our rec assistants and rec leaders. Without their support and their hard work, we couldn't run any of those programs. They're backbone of our programming. So I just want to take a moment and thank everybody for their hard work. And I'm here for any questions that you may have. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Cuba. I appreciate that. Shane, do you have anything today?
Just one thing this evening, Mayor and Council. As you know, in October of 2000, the Western Joshua tree became a candidate species under CISA, the California Endangered Species Act. Fast forward, the Western Joshua Tree Conservation Act became law, and as part of that process, the California Department of Fish and Wildlife was directed to prepare the Western Joshua Tree Conservation Plan. There's a number of pieces of legislation going through the legislative process right now in California. So a number of local residents have been involved in making public testimony. They've met with legislative representatives, and we encourage them to continue that process. The Western Joshua Tree Conservation Plan is coming up before the California Fish and Game Commission at their meeting of August 12th and 13th. Again, this is information for those in the community that have been voicing their concerns and their requests for relief from the burdens that have been created through the Western Joshua Tree Conservation Act as well as the Conservation Plan. So again, that meeting of the Fish and Game Commission is August 12th and 13th. The agenda has not been published yet, so we don't know which day the Joshua tree will appear. August 12th and 13th.
Thank you, Shane. Just to tag on to that, staff continues to stay engaged with our legislative advocates as well as our legislators for the town and seeking legislative change, potential change in coordination both with input from many stakeholders, your property owners, municipalities, the environmental groups, as well as other interested parties. And so that process is moving forward. It's dynamic. It changes every day. But we do stay engaged and committed to following that process. I had the opportunity to go out to check out the town's swim program yesterday as we kicked it off. And I had been gone for the past week, had the first opportunity to drive on Onaga since it's been repaved. And so the Water District did a terrific job there. That road is amazing to drive on. We would just always remind residents if they have questions on that project. High Desert Water District has a great webpage that is identifying their project schedule and how that is moving forward. So super excited about that. And then lastly, just in response to one of the public comments this evening, town staff is and will continue to remain engaged with Southern California Edison to ensure that we have some accountability, whether it's through our franchise agreement that we have or any other tools at our disposal. Will continue to pressure reliability as they know that it is lacking in certain areas in town. That's it, Mayor. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, staff. We'll move on to our council member comments. We're going to have to start on my far right. Councilmember Drodes.
All right. Thank you, Mayor. I want to mention I'm really excited about BMX. That's really great. So thank you for spearheading that. That's wonderful. And the rodeo, I talked to many of you at the Sports Council meeting last week. I told you my boring stories about when I used to ride horses, and I rode them for 30 years until I lost my arm. But all the great rides I had, I remember being in 1977 or 78, riding my horse down to the Grub Stake Days Rodeo. And I wasn't in, or not the rodeo, the parade, sorry. But I wasn't in the parade. I just watched it from the sidelines sitting on my horse. It took about an hour to get there, and it was fun. So I hope we can get the rodeo going again. That would be great. And I'd like to mention Campanula Circuit share. Yes, I live on that circuit, and I know, and I'm glad Curtis mentioned it, but just for informational purposes, the last couple of years, it goes out every now and then, but the last month and a half, it's been 9 times. So always in the morning almost. So it is a problem. And I want to mention, I just want to say thank you to everyone, and I'll see you on the 3rd of July to celebrate the 4th of July at the high school, and that will be a fun celebration. So we won't see each other again till after the 4th, so that's why I'm wearing my flag shirt. So have a good evening.
Thank you. Councilmember Lombardo.
Well, I want to express how excited I am to hear about the BMX and the rodeo coming back. I have some great stories of my involvement early on in the Hairy Legs contest, but we'll save that for another time. I really enjoyed the activities that the Grub Stake Parade brought to our town, and the Grub Stake Rodeo has always been a fond memory. I'm glad to see it being revived. I've been talking with a constituent, Missy Buchanan, who wants to stay involved and support it. She's in and out of the state, but she expressed her desire to see it happen. And I think there's some innovative ways to help raise some funds for that. I'm hoping that the town will be able to find a way to support monetarily the initiation of, but we can deal with that later. What else? I was impressed with the speaking quality of our young people that came up today. I am also a chicken fanatic, or a supporter, I should say. My chickens got eaten by a bobcat, but I enjoyed raising them in my backyard, and they do become part of your family. Mine used to follow me around the garden and eat the worms when I was digging and planting in my garden, and so I have fond affection for my chickens while they were giving me eggs every morning. That was wonderful, and I think that we can look at that in the future to see what can be done about changing the permitting. What else? I want to thank our first responders and our police, the sheriff, and for being there to help in the community, and want everybody to have a good, safe 3rd and 4th of July. It's a big one. It's reason to celebrate, and I'm looking forward to seeing you there for those things. Thank you very much, and thanks for participating tonight. We had a lot more conversation from people, and this is what we need as a council. We need to hear from you so that we know what things are on your mind. And we can't change things unless we know what it is that needs to change. And your communication with us is very vital to that. And it's exciting to live in Yucca Valley. We have so many things happening, so many great recreational opportunities. That pool, when it comes online, I think it's going to blow everybody's mind. And the BMX track and the pickleball, it just never stops. We got a lot to be thankful for. Everybody has been really hard working at that, and we have a lot of thanks to be given to the staff who have made it all happen. So thank you, everyone, and see you on the 3rd and 4th.
Thank you very much. Mayor Pro Tem Schooler.
Well, thank you. Appreciate the public comments this evening. And the BMX and the rodeo are two things that I'd like to see coming back, and I'd like to see the community interest in. So much conversation around both of those has been, well, you know, what they should do is put the BMX program back together. What they should do is bring the rodeo. And so you kind of look around and say, who's the they? And we're looking at the they. You know, the people of this community are the they that make it happen. So thank you all for stepping up and making stuff happen. We really appreciate that. I had the opportunity Saturday, I think, to pop in on the Reptipalooza put on by the museum. And if you missed that, you missed Cuba. You missed a really, really good event. It was, I think there must have been 700 people, 800 people, 900 people showed up, families, you know, people with their kids. Museum did a great job, and the recreation staff did a great job of providing activities, crafts, live animals to see. The museum was opened with the turtle exhibit. That's a must-see over there. Really, really a quality event. It was, and I heard from so many people, they just couldn't believe this was free, that this was just available to them in Yucca Valley. So great job to all of you for that. So with that, I think that's all I got.
All right, well, thank you. Well, we do thank everyone for being here tonight. My wife's excited. She got to go to the water aerobics class, so the pool's open, and it'll be nice when we have that facility available year-round. So thank you for those updates and reports, and also wanted to thank specifically our deputy town manager, our town manager, and our legal counsel for always being available. Seriously, almost 24/7. It doesn't matter. When I've reached out, I've gotten a response, and I try to respect your time off the clock and so forth, but it's very impressive that you're so responsive. So thank you, and thank you so much for your staff that does a wonderful job as well. All right, well, with that, we will call it an evening. Thank you again for being here online and also in person. Our upcoming, excuse me, go right ahead.
Just to remind you
that's
that we
right.
do have, after this meeting, we do have a very brief successor agency meeting. Shouldn't take more than a couple of minutes.
Very good. We're going to close this part of the meeting, go to our successory meeting. We'll call that to order here in a moment. Our next regular town council meeting is scheduled for July 7th. That's Tuesday on here, Tuesday at 5 o'clock, unless we're dark on the 7th.
21st.
All right, so we'll be dark on July 7th, and we will be back in session on the 21st. So this part of the meeting is adjourned, and we'll open up our next meeting here in just a moment. Thank you again for being here.